Hello there, hope you're all doing great. So, if you already own a freelance business, I'm pretty sure you have a tough time managing your clients, managing your projects, managing how much money you're earning, how much you're spending, and all that. So, we've tried to compile all that into one Notion dashboard, and we're going to be talking about that in this video. This Notion template can help you manage your complete freelance business in one place. So, let's explain how it works. So here is the very visually appealing Freelancers Dashboard. So the Freelancers Dashboard starts with a very inspiring and cute GIF. I think I really like this because it represents myself. This is how I usually work. But the important part comes up after that. First of all, there is the quick to-do list. It's at the center because you always need to know what you have to do right now. So we already added two. We can add any number of to-do lists in here. We can write message the client X. We can write a new task. We can also add something like post about the Notion template, something like that. After that, there is the highlight of the week. So you always have a lot of goals, of course. Like as a freelancer, I'm sure you have a lot of goals, but productivity, if you're into productivity, then you want to have one highlight of the week, one thing, one task that needs to be done no matter what. Like you can procrastinate on a lot of things, but you need to write one task that you just cannot procrastinate on. For example, we can write complete the deal with the new business company, something like that. This is just an example, but you get the idea. You need to put something that really catches the eye and that you need to be always aware of. After that is the vision board. You can actually update the vision board annually, or you can update this say after 6 months. This is something that just needs to be at the back of your head, nothing much. I have just given some example like get to 100 LinkedIn followers or earn $1,000 per month. You are probably earning more than that or less than that, whatever it is, but this is just a vision board that should always remind you of your long-term goals. After that, there are some quick links. You can add your own personal blog, you can add your LinkedIn profile, whatever it is, or anything that you think you're going to need. Like sometimes there are people who ask for your portfolio. That's when you can just quickly copy the link and give it to them. After that, there is a whole list of miscellaneous things. It's important. This part is really important. We're going to be talking about that a little later. What do we have here? This is the portion where we use Pomodoro technique. I'm sure you have heard of this, but if you have not, the Pomodoro technique is actually a productivity technique that helps you focus. You focus for 25 minutes and then take a break for 5 minutes. So this is what you do. You click here and you start writing, you start designing, you start doing what you're actually doing. You start your freelance work, and then when the 25 minutes are over, you take a rest. So this happens to be one of the very important or very effective productivity techniques that I have used, and many other productivity gurus also encourage this. Now we move on to the miscellaneous section. Now this miscellaneous section is not going to be helpful for everyone, because if you don't have a newsletter, then the monthly newsletter portion is not for you. If you're not creating content on social media, then the social media content portion is not for you. However, I would recommend any freelancer to leverage your newsletter, to leverage your social media. Now this is an advice, but if you're not doing it, you should start doing it. So keeping that in mind, I have created this portion. First of all, let us check out the monthly newsletter. This is nothing special. We have just created some ideas that for now monthly newsletter, some headlines. You can add the headlines, you can add the ideas, you can add the links that you want to add, and also write the new complete monthly newsletter over here. Hello friends, how are you? So you can write the whole monthly newsletter and later send it to your subscribers whenever you want. This is fairly simple. This is nothing special. Since a lot of freelancers don't have a newsletter, so I have not given much focus to it. Hopefully later on I'll give I will create a completely new template for a monthly newsletter. After that, we move on to social media content section. Now, this section might sound a little bit confusing, but it's very, very simple. So, you can create content on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, but you can control everything from this simple dashboard. How? Let me show you. First of all, suppose you want to create a YouTube video. What do? You click on New. You name the video something like Freelancers versus Full-Time Job Employees. Since you have not started it, you keep this as not started. Then you add the expected publishing date. Also, you add the reminder. Now, adding reminders is very, very important. It's going to nag you. Now, Notion is going to nag you that you're missing something. That it's going to constantly remind you of the fact that you need to publish this content on this date. So that's why I always add reminders. And you can do that too. After that, if you want, for instance, you want to repurpose your content, you purpose your YouTube video to make a reel out of it. So you can also add Instagram. Now, this portion is also added to Instagram. Now, when you proceed, when you make progress, you add this to here. When you make further progress and schedule this post, you move it over here. And then when you finally publish this, you move the project to published. Now, this thing is going to help you keep the entire content management into one place. You can also click this portion and add the whole script of the YouTube. You can add the complete YouTube script over here. You can add, you can create more templates and so on. You can have a lot of fun with it if you want to. Now, another thing that you can do is check out the content calendar. So what we have done over here is we have added the expected date of publishing of that YouTube video to be on 30th February or 30th March. We have added that. So you see this whole thing, this whole page is a big calendar. You can see all the publishing dates over here in one place. Now, this is like the calendar that we have seen earlier, but that was for the projects, and this is for your content. So this is like your content calendar that you can see all the projects of your Instagram, of Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on, and have all of them in one place. Now we move on to the client dashboard. Now, no matter which niche you are in, I'm pretty sure the client dashboard is going to be really, really helpful for you. Why? Because the best freelancers know how to form a very deep bond with their clients. They know what their clients want. They know what their clients' requirements, and so on. So, whenever you get a lead, what do? You add a potential client. You add their name. Suppose we name them Joe Jonas. We add their email, jonasbrothers@123@gmail.com. We add their platform, where we found them. We found them through cold outreach. And that's about it. After that, when they turn into short-term clients, we move them up. When they turn into long-term clients, we move them again. When we lose them, suppose we had a bit of a rough patch. Suppose it didn't work out. What do? We move them to lost clients. Now, here's the thing. That's not all. The client dashboard is not over. You can open this. You can open this and see that there are a few things that I've added. For example, first of all, the projects. You can add the projects that you are working on. Now, this place, I'm going to talk a little more about this place, but before that, let's talk about the notes for this client. You can add client wants a conversational tone. Client wants to reduce pay, or something like that. You can write some notes about this client. So you always keep in mind, when you deal with the clients, you keep these notes in mind. You can also add the reviews or the statements that they have made about your work. You can add them over here. You can add what they have said. For example, somebody has said, Moinul has done a great job. You add it over here. You also add what date it was done. You can add all that. The main purpose of this client dashboard is to have an idea about specific clients. Now, that's what it's all about. Now, what you can additionally do is create links. Create link with the project. You can link this place, link to a page. For example, we can link this page to the self-help book. Suppose the self-help book for men was a project that for the client Joe Jonas. You can link it over here. when you click this link, you directly go to the self-help book for men, and you can see all the information over there too, and you can access it from Joe Jonas as well. Sorry about that. So this is very helpful because you can see all the projects that you have done. You can also see the notes about that project. You can also see the timeline of the project and so on. I'm sure this is the client dashboard is going to be very helpful to you, as it is going to personalize the experience of working with the client. Lastly, there in the miscellaneous section, there is the templates and pitches. Now, as a freelancer, I'm sure you have some templates that of cover letter. You have some templates for cold outreach. You have some templates for Upwork proposal and so on. So I have that too, and I have already added some of them. They're not so great, but they work. I'm pretty sure they work. I have some cold outreach templates and so on. So I have added them here, but you can use your own. You can add them over here so that whenever you need them, you can just copy paste it from here. So that you don't have to go to another Google Doc, you don't have to have another notes page. You can and have your own cover letter in this place. You can also add your resume, maybe have multiple resumes for different type of clients. You can add all of that here so that whenever any client looks for a specific type of resume, you can directly forward it from here. So I have added mine. You can check it out if you want. You can also take inspiration from my resume. It's not so special, but it works. I hope it's helpful to you too. Now we move on to the heart of this dashboard, which is the ongoing project section. The ongoing project section is very simple yet very effective. I'm going to show you how you can have a lot of fun with it and how it can be really, really productive for you. First of all, this whole template is basically made for writers, but as a freelancer, you can, if you are a designer, if you're a coder, you can still use it. First of all, let's add a new project. Let's name the project self-help book for men. This is just an example. You can write anything over here, write the name of the project, then open it in the side peek. Now, the first thing you need to do is, I have already added some templates for ghostwriting, for blog posts, for editing, but you can make your own templates too. So let's add the ghostwriting template. Before filling those up, we need to work on the properties. First of all, the status. Since we have not yet started it, we're just going to put 0. Remember, this is in percentage, so you're going to have to put a percent. How much of it is finished and how much of it is not finished, considering that. After that, we need to name the client. Let's name the name Gary. You can name the client anything you want. Then you don't have to add the days remaining. What you need to do is add the deadline. Now, this part is really important and really going to be helpful for your project management. Suppose you add the deadline in 30th March. Suppose your deadline is on 30th March. You can add a reminder on any day, on the day of event, 1 day before, 2 days before, or even a week before. Let's add 1 day before for this example. So what Notion is going to do is give you a reminder on 29th March that your deadline is coming along. How great is that? That is really, really amazing. Now, you see the days remaining has also come up. You didn't have to do anything. All you need to do is just put the deadline in there, and the days remaining is going to be automatically added. After that, you can add the Google Doc. I'm not going to add anything here at the moment. And you can add the platform like Fiverr, Upwork, or whatever, wherever you found the client or wherever you found the gig. After that, you can also add the type. You can add the genre of the project you're doing. I'm doing an ebook, so I just added ebook. And now comes the main portion, which is the title of the book. I can add some additional notes about the book, like what the client wants, the tone of the book, something like that. Any notes, anything that comes up. After that, there is a project timeline. This is nothing special. There is just some tick marks that you need to fill up when the project is being completed. And finally, this is the sources. Sometimes I don't add the sources directly into the Google Doc. I rather use Notion to add the sources. I collect the links, I collect the URLs, add it over here, and later add them as sources in the book. So you can do that too, and that is why this portion has been given. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that that makes sense. But that is not all. You see, we have added the deadline as 30th March, and in this calendar, there's already a portion where 30th March has been added. So when you look at this calendar, you can see all the deadlines over here. No matter how many projects you add, you can see all the deadlines over here in one blink. How great is that? That is pretty cool, right? So finally, we are at the finance section. Now this section is very easy to understand. There's nothing special about it. This is just where your money is at. Suppose, yeah, there's some at your bank, some at Fiverr, some at Upwork, whatever it is. It's just going to give you the amount of money that you have at the moment, the debit you have at the moment by earning from freelancing. And you can also add some financial goals over here. You can write something like earn $10,000, something like earn $1,000 per month, or anything of that sort. This is something that you are free to do. It's just I just added this because it keeps you on track and keeps you ahead of yourself and lets you know what goals you have, like what financial goals you have. That's all about the Freelancer Dashboard. I really hope you like it and enjoy it. It's completely free on Gumroad, so you can download it right now. You can click the link below, duplicate it, and you will have it instantly on your Notion dashboard. So don't delay it. Check it out. I hope you like it. I tried and put a lot of effort into it to make it productive and effective for freelancers. I hope it does its job. And if you have anything else to say, you can always DM me and ask me for new dashboard or ask me to make changes to this one. Until next time, see you.